you are new, I want to request you to hit the subscribe button. My videos are Monday, Wednesdays and Saturdays, 1 p.m. Nairobi time. So let's get to the video. Sheet pan meals are usually a very easy way ya kujipanga in case of some quick lunches or even dinners. Meal number one, we are going to keep it simple. So that is our chicken. Seasoning your chicken, use whatever that you have at hand, the spices that you like. I have that. So I will season both sides of the chicken. I had melted butter with some ginger. If you're using the garlic clove, just mince them together, halafu you add in your butter. So next we are going to do the other part of the meal. So some carrots. So your mafuta of choice. So I am using the macadamia mafuta sababu I am avoiding a situation where I use a lot of butter. Yeah. So again, I will use this for them. This is the point where you use your seasonings. If you use the Roycos and such, just go ahead and flavor your meal. This is in the oven at 400 for around 30-35 minutes. So 20 minutes into the cooking, that is how everything is looking like. So at this point, what I like doing is throwing in some onions. So just throw onions, and I do this in every meal that I do. You can koroga this, that way you make them absorb all that juice and taste better. So you can also opt to turn the chicken for more juices that are flowing here. But at this point the meal is halfway cooked. So throw in some onions. These are just halved, alafu nikatoanisha hizi cloves, can I call them that? Then nimezi season na salt. If you use another seasoning, season your kitungu, it will taste better. So I want to turn this around and then get it into the oven for the rest 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, should be ready. So don't wait for everything to dry up kabisa kabisa if you want to enjoy this meal. the second sheet pan meal, we have our tilapia, and we are going to make it with some sweet potatoes. So the first thing, kama kawaida, just to place our thawed tilapia. Next, we are going to season. If you have any fish sauce, that is the time that you should be using it. I am out of fish masala. That was salt, that one you saw. And then I will do mustard. So do mustard. Then I will do white pepper. And soy sauce. Both sides, remember. So we are going to wrap this vizuri. So next we are going to dump in our sweet potatoes. To season this, I am going to be using cinnamon powder. This is just what works for me as far as the meal is concerned, and I always say for seasoning you use what works for you. But if you want to like just discover recipes that are good, just try something that you see, and then if it doesn't work for you, then fine. But of course we know you're not going your way to use what you don't like. So some soy, some pepper, and some cinnamon. So finally, before we put it into the oven, I am doing this coconut. Cinnamon and coconut in roasted sweet potatoes tastes so good. The oven is at 400 for 35 to 40 minutes maximum. Let's do some lemon pieces. You can drizzle some lemon or lime juice kwa fish zenyewe, but still this will work. So that is the last stage that was almost forgotten. Just like the other one, we are almost there. So what we are going to do is to throw in our onion. You can turn the fish still, but either way it will be cooking both sides. You don't need to worry. So just do the onion. For the next 15 minutes or even 10, because everything seems to be halfway cooked, ready. And as you can see, everything is cooked vizuri. See that's viazi, and the onions are very tasty. If you don't make roasted vegetables, you're missing out. We are going to dump our vegetables right in the sheet pan. You can choose to like put them differently, like flavor them differently and put them differently, but that is not my thing, and I am not OCD. So no, I don't have OCD. That is now English, right? Thank you so much. So this is what I do. That point ya kwa na OCD, I am very careful with whatever that goes into my mouth, more so hata si tummy as food. Easy vegetables, they can be dirty. Point is, osha hizi vitu vizuri, even if you are going to fry them, even if they are packaged, you know, just boil some water, put them in a colada or a draining pot or something, a sieve, a big one, pitisha maji moto juu, or ziweke kwa bakuli like the ones that I was using, ziweke hapo, and then that is after now cleaning the dirt, because there is a difference between cleaning the dirt and cleaning those other things. happened, I just realized that I forgot one thing: onion. That happens a lot, as long as it is not salt, which at times also I can forget. So next we are going to mix this together and toss it into the oven 15 to 25 minutes. Friends, our vegetables ziko ready, and what I usually do after like 10 minutes I remove from the oven, halafu nazichanganya. You realize that kuna hiyo fluid like stuff yenye itakuwa ina drip, so you mix them so that they will be all tasty and everything. So this took 16 minutes, 16 or 17. Yep, I like them this way, not so like burned and not so like uncooked because of the zucchini, but most of hizi vitu ni vitu takulata before kama hazijapikwa, so they are good. This you can serve with your rice as a side dish. You can serve with your fries as your side dish, your roasted potatoes. You can do a lot with all this. You can also cook your spaghetti, na kama unapenda vitu kama bacon ama sausage, you throw them inside and then you do this. Friends, I know you can already see a lot is happening here, and the next recipe has no name because it is called roast whatever that you have, season it with whatever that you have, and make a meal. This is a like a simple throw in the oven kind of a situation when you don't feel like doing anything and you don't feel like the conventional food, you don't feel like rice and every other thing or ugali. So all this is what we need to deal with. And I know what is in your mind now is how are you going to do it, because everything here cooks differently. The vegetables will cook faster, and the butternut and every other thing. So we are going to do it in a bunch. So I am assuming you want to fix this roasting everything together, and you have 2 sheet pans. Yes, that is what you will need because of different cooking temperatures and the cooking time. So let us start with the harder stuff. So the first lot will be definitely the butternut and the corn. Hizi zitatake roughly 35 minutes to like 40 minutes. So what you need to do is to season them with whatever that you like and get them going for 40 minutes. I think 40 minutes should be fine. At this point we mix everything together. You can do butter on this recipe, you can also do olive or any other mafuta, so that is it for me. So I'll put it in the oven for 40 minutes. We will season my vegetables. I have mushroom, I have zucchini na onions. So salt, okay. See, the reason why you need to wipe your kitchen counters before you start cooking, because this is what we do, you return it there. So the next thing we are going to do is soy. Remember, it has salt, so go slow, go slow, go slow. Then if you don't use your barbecue sauce on your vegetables, you need to evaluate your life. Okay, I'm kidding, but it tastes so good, and that is to mean it has been tasting so good, and I am out of barbecue sauce. All right, it's okay. Here itatosha. So I want these to have a variety of flavors, that is garlic powder. So instead of the white pepper, black pepper, I will use this. This has a variety of herbs together. So see that, uh, coriander seeds, cumin, salt, and turmeric. So I will use it. It will be perfect for this. And then I will use my mafuta of choice. In this case, it is this olive oil. Then I mix everything together. We put our vegetables. They're smelling so good. This is the plan. I am going to fill in this cream cheese, and then some kidogo salt just before that, and then kidogo white pepper, and I wrap it with bacon. I think this is the perfect time for me to answer on someone who was asking why I don't buy sausages and all those other things. I have no problem with them, but I am keen on buying any cured meat. So not that I don't eat it, I eat it for specific meals, very rarely. So yes, I have no problem with cured meat. Cured meat here, I mean the bacon, like this one, sausages, the salamis, and all those other things, but I am very keen on them. If I have to do meat, which has to be in most cases chicken or fish, it has to be fresh. That is just my choice, nothing much about it. And I have nothing against anyone who eats eggs and bacon and sausages and such in the morning. It is not just my thing. So we continue with the recipe. So in the oven for roughly 15 minutes, or when the bacon gets ready, because every other thing here unaweza kula mbila piko, but 15 minutes I should be back here with some very delicious meal. So everything is nicely cooked. Kama hii si utamu, then sijui utamu ni nini. By the way, this is so sweet, so sweet. You need to cook it and taste it on your own. The butternut, see our mushrooms almost wanting to get lost into the mix. Our onions, they almost got burned, but ziko sawa. This is our bacon and cream cheese situation. So I will serve some. Serve these as they are. You can also do a gravy. You can also do some juice. You can also do your African tea, anything, coffee, whatever that you do with this. Bon appetit. There is no complete sheet pan meals without homemade pizza, and this is what we are going to use. We have our water. This is warm water for preparing your yeast. And then we have sugar. This is white sugar. We have the yeast, and then we have salt. Then we have the flour. This is why I saved it for the last core ingredients list. So if you want to make the best pizza crust, just use bread flour. Not a lot. You just want to flavor your crust, and it is just one pizza I am making, so yeah, that is enough. Salt, then yeast. I think that is like enough. What we will do is we will add our warm water, and if the yeast is active, it should like do the magic within 10 minutes. Because of the sugar, it should start feeding on the sugar and do the magic. So 10 minutes, I'll be back. This is a sign that your yeast is perfect. If you put it and it does not show signs of forming up like that, then you are dealing with a yeast that did a D word. So we put our flour. So we are going to mix this, and what I do is I give it like a chapati kind of dough consistency, and then I will finally use some mafuta along the way just to prep it vizuri, because I'll let it sit. So for the pizza dough, you can let it sit for overnight, like 24 hours, 4 hours. I will do 4 hours because that seems to be like the minimum time ya kuyacha ikae. So yeah, we're not doing professional anything here. We're just going to get the work done on a clean counter surface. So the next part is to shape this in a round pizza-like shape. There are two ways of doing this. I have tried both ways, and I will tell you which way I like the most. You can choose to put your toppings and everything at this point, but I promise you it is going to be, how can I call it, soggy in a way that the crust will not be like so formed and fluffy in a way. I remembered something about letting the dough sit twice, like you need it, and then funikia it back and all that. You can do that if you have time, but this is enough. If you let it sit nicely the first round, then you're good. So like I was telling you, this is how I do it. At the end of the day, I know the argument will be the toppings and every other thing will just press the dough back, but trust me, the crust never remains the same. So this is what I do. I just sprinkle some cheese first, and this would be perfect kama ningekuwa na some cheddar. So the whole point is to let everything like loosen up and cook a little bit before we put everything that pushes the dough down, and the crust, that is the best crust ever. Roughly 5 minutes in the oven, and what you realize is the crust has like bounces in a way, so that is a show that it is airy, and your every other thing that you put the toppings won't weigh it down and make it all very yucky in a way. So we are going to put our toppings. That is our busy pizza. So we put it in the oven, a preheated oven. I already did that for 10 minutes. So I'll put it for around 15 minutes and it should be done. Ladies and gentlemen, finally this is our homemade pizza. The reason why you should consider making such foods at home is the fact that you're going to control things like the sauce. What I was using, you saw a sufuria, it is a homemade pizza sauce. So you control the chemicals, the salt and everything. You make sure that you use everything natural. So this kind of food is not good just to be eaten every other day or every day. So if you have to eat it, like I always say, make it at home, and portion control is key. I have Mr. Meat. I'd put black pepper, some soy sauce, and some garlic powder. So what I'll do next is my favorite food in the whole world. Yes, if you don't cool a pumpkin in all its forms, pancakes, cake, chapati, in your stew, you replace that viazi that you put for more nutrition, and everywhere, right? Everywhere, just do your malenge. The only trick with this meal and any other meal that requires your pumpkin is to use very quality pumpkin. This is very, very quality pumpkin. So we need to flavor our pumpkin. So some salt, and then this spice tastes very good when it comes to seasoning your viazi or pumpkin. Viazi, I mean Irish potatoes. So you just put some, and do some oil. Oil is very good when you do it on the things that you want to roast, just the oil of choice. Then from here you just mix everything together. I want to bake this at 325, so I'll do like 20 minutes and then try to turn everything to the other side, because I don't like the steak with some red bits showing up. I want everything cooked. So for 20 minutes, and then I turn everything, and then 20 minutes again. I'll see you when all that is done. So friends, 40 minutes later, and this is our food. You see our steak is fully cooked. These I wait until they are like roasted, ziko almost crunchy in a way, and they taste so good. The reason why it is very good for you to use one pan is because the juices from the meat gets to the pumpkin and makes the whole thing very tasty. You can serve this, you can make some vegetables with this, but of course you would add vegetables like after turning. That is the second phase of cooking, because broccolis and the rest will cook sooner than all this. So you need to put them later after cooking these for some time. So make some gravy and some steamed vegetables and serve your meal. So this is the last video for this series for now. I'll continue with more recipes in this series, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Rachael. Videos every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. I'll see you then. Kwaheri.